Hey everybody, Jim Perry from Reach here. So my classes and I this week were talking about self-motivation. And someone said, well, it's really easy to be self-motivated when I'm doing something that I want to. It's really difficult to not find self-motivation when I'm told to do something that I really don't want to. So when considering self-motivation in yourself and in others, if you want to know if you are self-motivated, which you really should know kind of by default, but whether or not you want to know if someone else is self-motivated to get something done, you really do have to ask three questions. Again, at the very beginning, you're going to want to consider, is this something that they want to do or that they don't want to do? Because that really is going to set up a lot of the answers for these questions. The three questions are, one, does that person or do you have the knowledge or training available in order to complete whatever that task is? This would also include, do you have the resources available in order to be able to do it? And then you look at your answer. Is that a yes or a no? Number two, do you believe, or does that person believe that it will actually work? Whatever task it is that they need to complete, do they believe that it's actually going to work? What is the benefit? What is in it for me? And how long am I going to have to wait for that benefit? And then number three, is that person, or do you have the willingness to put in the time and effort in order to complete that task? Now, sometimes we are very self-motivated in one area of our life and not as motivated in another. I've had a guitar for a long time, and it has sat in its case in the same corner of our bedroom for the last 20 plus years. I really, really, really want to learn how to play that instrument. I believe there'll be a benefit to it, but I'm not 100% positive that I will be able to learn it. And I'm afraid that the time frame is too long. Number one, is the knowledge or training available? Absolutely. Do I believe that I can learn how to play that instrument after multiple times of attempting to over really the last 30 years? That one I'm not so sure about. But three really trumps the others. Am I willing to put in the time and effort, knowing that there is a longer time frame in order to learn it? That one I really am not so sure. Being self-motivated for something that is difficult is the difficult thing. Now, if you're a gamer, your answers to all three of those are probably going to be yes. Do you have the knowledge or training available? Do you have the resources available in order to accomplish whatever goal, to master whatever game? The answer is probably yes. Do you believe in yourself and that that effort will work and that there's a benefit, that you will find enjoyment in that game? The answer there is probably yes. And if you're a gamer, you know that you need to put a lot of time and effort into mastering that game, and that answer would be yes. What might be difficult, though, is for those that might decide to take up running, for instance. Do they have the knowledge and training available? Do they have someone in their life that can help them along? That might be yes or no. If their attitude toward that athletic pursuit is negative because they've only seen it in a negative light, they might not have a yes answer to question number two. Do they believe that it'll work and that there is a benefit? And then the time frame might be a concern. And if they see that as a negative, it's going to be difficult to put in the time and effort. Now, on the other hand, someone that has been a runner for a long time or absolutely loves that activity, I've been a runner for more than 30 years, I put myself in an environment and around people that could help me along and that could teach me and inspire me. So my answer to question number one was yes. I saw the benefit almost immediately through hard work. So my answer to question number two is yes. And that effort and improvement over time made me very willing to put in the time and effort to do that. And I found joy in that. Self-motivation is not an easy thing, especially when you need to find self-motivation to do something that you don't necessarily want to do. That said, we might find a very high level of self-motivation to do something that we don't want to do if the negative consequences of not pursuing that task or not attempting it, if those negative consequences are great enough that we would rather avoid those consequences than the activity itself. Saving more about that for the next video. Self-motivation, my challenge for you. How do you motivate yourself when it's something that you want to do? That's the easy part. How do you motivate yourself when it's something that you don't want to do is the more difficult part? That's something that you have to figure out on your own. Something to consider today. I wish you well. Talk to you soon.